You could take a guy like Canelo. This guy could do. He can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude.
Can compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can?
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
Mayweather has once again shaken the boxing world by calling out Terence Crawford right after Canelo Alvarez's latest fight. Famous for his unmatched self-belief and perfect record, Mayweather made it clear he's ready for another big showdown. Fans and analysts are already excited about the possibility of Mayweather facing Crawford, who is widely seen as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters today. The idea adds fresh energy and speculation to boxing's fast-changing scene, and the tension is already building.
Said something interesting. He goes that Crawford's a better fighter than Mayweather. Do you agree with that? Do you feel like he is?
I think he's more all-rounded in some ways, but Mayweather was so good at certain things that made him impossible to beat. He really stuck to his niche of style, where Crawford kind of tries to fight the more honest, I guess, exciting, traditional way, being there, just moving out the way, landing the shot, where Mayweather would have you dancing around him and chasing him and falling short and falling in and countering the life out of you, and knew and understood 10-9 rounds better than anyone else. You only have to win 7-10-9 rounds clear and you've won the fight as long as you don't get put down. And obviously he never really got put down. I know there's a few question marks, but for all intents and purposes never got put down, and he was the best, one of the best to ever do it. It's very hard to go a whole career undefeated.
Terence "Bud" Crawford protected his unbeaten record by defeating Canelo Alvarez via unanimous decision, becoming the undisputed super middleweight champion. The fight took place at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas on September 13, 2025, and was one of the year's most awaited clashes. Crawford moved up 2 weight divisions, yet entered the ring full of confidence. Though Canelo was naturally bigger and known for heavy punches, Crawford set the pace and used smart footwork, timing, and combinations to control the bout.
What did you think? What did you think of the fight?
Man, I loved it, man. I loved the fight, man. I love the fight. I did not know how it was going to go. I didn't think the weight was going to be a problem for Terence Crawford. I'm on record saying I didn't think it was going to be a problem, but it stood to be seen. It needed to be seen, and I knew we would have known after the first, second, or third round. You feel what I'm saying? And when I seen how Canelo was respecting his jab and how Canelo was respecting his power from the very beginning, I knew how it was going to go. And I knew that Bud was only going to get stronger and get bolder and, start to wear him down, because Canelo is known to start to wear a little bit in the later round.
Everyone said that Crawford was not going to exchange tonight, and he traded with Canelo up close.
Man, Bud is the best, man. Bud is the best. I've been on wax and saying that, Bud. I've been on wax and saying that for a couple of years now. I bet against Bud on Spence. I bet against Bud on Porter. I didn't think that Bud was the best. I got to give it to him. Bud the best, right? He's hands down. He's the best. He's the best right now. I don't think nobody need to question him no more. I mean, you kind of got to give him his respect no matter what. You got to give him his respect. He just went up 2 weight classes what people said he couldn't do. He's doing everything that people say he can't do, and he is doing it with ease.
Right.
You got to respect that.
Break it down for me. How did he win that fight in the way he won it tonight?
He won the fight by gaining Canelo's respect. I think he was already in Canelo's head a little bit. I think that even though Canelo knew he was smaller and everything else, these fighters are still humans and they hear what the people are saying. Canelo was, not Canelo, Crawford was undefeated. Look at what he did to Spence. I mean, look at what he's doing to some of these people. So no matter what, I mean, you have to take that into consideration.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. backed Terence Crawford, trusting his skills against Canelo Alvarez. Despite Crawford being seen as the underdog, Mayweather placed a $50,000 bet on him at plus 148 odds. When Crawford earned a unanimous decision win, the wager paid $124,000. The bet highlighted Mayweather's belief in Crawford's talent and showed his deep understanding of boxing strategy and outcomes.
Check this out, guys. Floyd Money Mayweather just shared on social media that he bet $50,000 on Crawford to win, and he won $75,000 back. So Crawford made Mayweather 74,000. Most people that I talked to were betting on Canelo. A few people bet on Crawford. How much money did you win on Crawford? $200 here, $200 there. But most people that I know bet on Canelo. And we'll hear from Canelo. We're going to hear from Crawford. And I'll keep you guys posted. But right now, Floyd Money Mayweather, bet on Crawford and make some money. What do you want to see Crawford do next? What do you want to see Canelo do next? Let me know. Definitely interesting developments here tonight. When I watched the fight live, I thought Canelo won. I think Canelo won. I have to watch it again, but with no audio because I know the broadcasters were all against Canelo. They were all against him all week from the rivals. So I don't.
His view on the pound-for-pound debate, naming Terence Crawford the top fighter in the world today. After Crawford's outstanding performance against Canelo, Mayweather praised his discipline, technical ability, and dominance across divisions. For Mayweather, being pound for pound isn't just about belts, but proving yourself against the best again and again. In his eyes, Crawford's wins over elite champions while staying unbeaten prove he's now the man to beat.
Right now, in your opinion, who's the best fighter in the world?
We can't put Tank up there in the top 10 in pound for pound. He has to be somewhere in pound for pound. And Canelo does something that is amazing when Canelo was able to go to light heavyweight and become light heavyweight champion. Something that I didn't even see him going up that heavy, and he did that. So, but as of right now, I have to put Terence Crawford as number one.
Crawford has long respected Mayweather's approach to boxing, not just his skills, but how he handled his career and legacy. Over the years, that respect grew into a real bond. Mayweather has often given Crawford tips and guidance, which Crawford takes to heart and puts into practice. Their connection shows a shared drive for greatness and a clear understanding of what it takes to reach the sport's highest level.
But I know how you is. You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever... Keep it real, boss. Keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fight. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll beat this.
Boy, you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd, nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, I'll beat his ass. Never. That's some hate type shit to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person ever.
During a recent press event, Canelo Alvarez admitted, "I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather." The remark stood out since Canelo's first loss came against Mayweather in 2013, when Canelo was a 23-year-old unbeaten star. Crawford's showing against him was brilliant. Sharp hands, clean footwork, and smart tactics kept Alvarez off balance for 12 rounds. Even after moving up 2 divisions, Crawford managed to blunt Canelo's power with strong defense and precise counters.
It's with Fight Hub TV right here in the middle.
Yeah.
Champ, first off, I want to thank you for the illustrious career that you have given us in the game. You've been a steadfast professional in the way that you conducted yourself, and I want to thank you on behalf of all of the boxing media.
Thank you, sir.
Number
my
2,
pleasure.
Champ, I wanted to ask you, this was a fight that we haven't seen from you before. We've never seen you have the sustained and prolonged frustration during the fight. Was there a point in time where you figured that this just wasn't going to be my night? And if you did, when did that happen?
No, I never thought that. I always try. All the rounds I try, but you need to accept it, right? Sometimes you cannot go, and I try all the rounds. I never think about that because imagine, so I cannot think in that way. But I try my best tonight.
And lastly for me, Champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Jeff Mayweather, Floyd's uncle, pushed back after hearing Canelo say Crawford is better than Floyd. He suggested the comment was meant to boost Crawford's status, so Canelo's defeat would look less damaging. Jeff reminded people that Canelo's loss to Floyd came while Canelo was already in his prime, and he argued that Floyd's defense remains unmatched. While he respected Crawford's skill, Jeff insisted Floyd's mastery of avoiding punches still sets him apart.
Well, also if we remember, Canelo that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw, and then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course. And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he still took him, into deep waters. So
yeah, what was Canelo? What, 20 something? 20 what? 23, 25?
Yeah, he was. Very very young in the game, obviously.
Very young. He had more fights than Floyd, and he lost.
Yeah, but
a man that was 30-something years old, 36.
But Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people. But
how you at the top of your career in your prime? You in your prime? You ain't in your prime when you at 36. That's not your prime.
Did he lose? I mean,
your prime is in your 20s.
It's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, so, and that's why Canelo is saying what he's saying.
Want to
make himself look like.
Trainer Greg Hackett also shared his view on the Mayweather-Crawford debate, saying Mayweather is still the superior fighter. Although Crawford's win over Canelo was impressive, Hackett believes Mayweather's defense and ring IQ give him the edge. He credits Crawford's talent but says Floyd's record, staying unbeaten and winning across divisions, keeps him higher in all-time rankings. Hackett's comments underline how the discussion about the best of this era is far from settled.
The Floyd Mayweather, the Canelo Alvarez fought, Canelo Alvarez fought. In the last version of Terence Crawford, that we've seen in the ring, who's the better fighter, Jim? Who's the better fighter?
Of course, you got to give it to Floyd. Of course, you got to give it to Floyd. Floyd, Ben, what's up? Floyd at that time versus Canelo was in total confidence. His skill set, his IQ. You know what I'm saying? Everything he do. You know what I'm saying? Everything he do. He was just a complete fighter that night. He was just a complete fighter that night. I feel like was up against a lot because he was fighting a guy that we knew something about, but we knew something about. People don't understand. People don't understand a fighter could be thrown off by what he don't know. And the reason it throws you off is because you're actually learning about the fighter while you're learning about the fighter while you're in there. That's what Bud went up against to me.
Promoter Eddie Hearn dismissed Canelo. Alvarez's claim that Terence Crawford outranks Floyd Mayweather. Jr., he argued Crawford's resume doesn't match Floyd's, noting that many of Crawford's rivals were past their peak. Hearn pointed out that while Crawford has big wins, including the one over Canelo, he lacks the long list of top-tier victories across weight classes.
Better fighter than Mayweather. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't. But I think Crawford's a phenomenal fighter. The thing is with Crawford, I was kind of goading him on this, and it's not his fault. His resume's not that impressive. Like I said to him, tell me your best win ever. This is what I said to him. And you know what he said? Ricky Burns. Right? Now, Ricky Burns is a great fighter. He's my guy. He's a three-division world champion. But you can't say that he is, like one of the greats. He's one of the great Scottish boxing. But if you're talking about one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters of all time, it's not Terence's fault that he hasn't been able to get those fights. But a lot of the guys that he's fought have been done. Even arguably Ricky Burns at the time. He went on to win other world championships, but he was kind of on the slide at that time. Kell Brook, Amir Khan, Gamboa, all of these guys. Who else did he beat? Ndongo. Errol Spence, another example. Terence is brilliant, but he's never actually really had many notable victories. This would be it. I mean, this would be an incredible achievement. But I just feel like at the age that they're at, like what is going to happen in this fight? And I just see I don't think Terence, because he shouldn't, is going to take that many chances in the fight. He needs to use his movement, use his footwork, which Canelo doesn't like, and win rounds. And Canelo doesn't really like to force a fight. When did you last see Canelo really trying to get a finish?
10. Floyd Mayweather brings a unique view to this debate since he beat Canelo Alvarez back in 2013, when Canelo was young, unbeaten, and quickly rising. That win remains one of Mayweather's career highlights, proving his defense and ring intelligence. Now, after Crawford's dominant performance against Canelo, Mayweather has turned his attention to Crawford himself. By calling him out, Floyd is both exciting fans again and showing he still believes he can share the ring with today's very best.